Hi, welcome to Equip 2. Today we're going to do a walk around on the next gen Edge Innovate VS420T model. Straight away, as soon as this machine's turned up, we could see the effort that Edge had put in from an operator's point of view, and this thing really is impressive. Starting off the day, we head into the PLC board. So everything you need to run the machine is either via this control panel, the handy functional remote, or the umbilical cord for tracking purposes. As you can see in here, really easy to get to. You can go into your settings, everything that you need to know is basically run from here. Here we have the powertrain. So this thing's run by a C9 at 420 horsepower. Plenty of grunt going through into the gearboxing systems. Great little flexi reversible fan as well. Covers a big surface area and keeps the machine cool and running efficiently. Couple of great little features that are really user friendly for this machine. As you'll see up in here, the hopper walls are extendable via hydraulics, so little levers down there, and you can have one side up, one side down to optimize how you want to feed it. Another great feature that we've got here is being a separate discharge belt to the transfer. So what that means for us is we can lower this belt all the way down. As you can see, couplers here to release the hydraulics, sit down the discharge belt onto the legs and basically walk it off. What that enables us to do now is, with having the transfer belt, which sits underneath the shafts, that's on slide rails. So we're able to undo those. If you need to replace that belt or do some repairs, that whole belt of the discharge transfer just comes straight out. So cool little feature. Another good thing about having two separate belts is obviously the wear on your discharge side is, on the transfer side, is historically more than the discharge. So having that not being one piece keeps our belt costs down. What it also does is it really minimises the need for that belt to come up in a banana shape, which can cause a choking point being in one system. Here we have, sitting over the top of the discharge belt, is a twin pole magnet. Obviously, so we can kick our steel products out through the side and into a bin. Not a lot of money in the scrap, but it all helps, and it does help your end product and what goes out the end being a little bit cleaner and less volatile. So with our discharge, you can see we've got excellent height here, up to 4.7 meters, and can run anywhere from 0 to 35 degrees. Here we are in the discharge area. So as you can see, nice 1400 wide belt coming out, and the transfer belt is running at 1400 wide as well. Plenty of area in here. You can see really impressive the depth between the shafts themselves and the discharge and the transfer conveyor. So really limited chance to get anything blocked in there. I'd be very surprised. So here we have our fitting or our cutting combs. So great little thing that they can do is we can come in from the side, which I'll show you shortly. You can lift that out with a forklift and change it over where you go to a fine or a standard cutting comb. So here we are, we're standing in the crushing chamber itself. So right here we've got a hydraulic tipping tray, which is automatically done off the remote. So one push of a button comes up. Any residual load, so you don't necessarily use it to feed the plant itself or the shredding chamber. But for any residual, if your load are feeding right now, coming from this side, just tip that up and dump it straight into the chamber. And here go the shafts themselves. So we're setting up with 2 meters long. As I said earlier on, total of 240 Newton meters of torque. This is what we call the clean organics heads. So you see quite big spades here. Fantastic for composting, green waste, stumps, clean wood, all that sort of guff. And you've got obviously the big paddles here, and you'll see these hook teeth. So those teeth obviously are designed to grab it and pull the product in, and then the spade heads chop them out. So sitting underneath, we've got our combs, and this one's set up with the fine. So a fine comb comes in, which is a breaker bar, and the teeth come around against it and against each other as well. So really impressive. It's also fitted off standard with a protection system. So what that means is if you have a bit of tramp metal or something similar come in here, or some foreign object, it'll have a go, and it'll do that 3 times, and the pressure spikes, it'll back off. After that point, what happens is it'll lock itself out, so you can manually retrieve the hard product that's in there. Another grouse feature for these machines is on the outside of the hopper, it's got a light bar. So that light bar dictates to you or tells you how hard the machine's working in a roundabout way. So what it means, obviously green, feed the machine. It has an amber light on it, which says, hey, I just need to have a little moment to catch up with myself. And then it has a red bar, so it can tell you when no feeding is required. So as you can see, we've got the hopper walls up here. Plenty of room in here, 6.5 cubes. So a lot of capacity for this machine to run. I trust that's given you some insight into this machine. If you want to see it in the flesh or learn more about it, please give us a call at Equip2.